Hey Google, are you awake?
I'm here. How can I help you today?
When did I make my last video?
Your last video was 48 days ago.
Well, it's time to make another one. Clear some space in my file.
Okay, I'll clear space in your directory.
This is my Samsung 50-inch flat screen TV, and as you're going to see, I have a problem. Hey Google, turn on the TV, input number 2.
Turning on the TV. Input number 2.
These vertical lines started appearing about a year ago, and they don't get any worse than this, but as you can see, they're going to be on every input. Hey Google, activate the PS3.
Activating PS3.
As you can see, they're on every input. Hey Google, display the weather network.
Sure, playing the weather network from YouTube on Basement TV.
I find that 90% of the problem is dirt. If I take something apart, clean it up, and put it back together, the problem usually goes away. So I'm going to try that. Hey Google, turn off the TV.
Okay, turning off the TV.
I set up a table, I put a towel on top, and laid the TV down on the back. Now we're going to remove the backing. Hey Google, give me some more light.
Increasing light output by a factor of 1.5.
A bit more.
Increasing light output by a factor of 2.
Perfect, thanks. Every TV is going to be a little different. You have to take it logically and slow. Don't force anything. If the backing doesn't come off, you're missing something. So check behind labels, make sure there's no screw behind that or whatever. Look around, you're missing something. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking the screws out. I'm going to put them in a container, and since I'm not torquing them down, I'm just removing them, I'm going to use an electric screwdriver. Alright, we seem to be a little stuck in this area here around the input board. They hit a little screw in here. TVs have come a long way. Circuit boards and cables. Hey Google, scan the circuit boards and give me a report.
I'm sorry, Paul, but I don't know how to do that.
Now, tell the truth. How many of you actually thought that was going to work? The main circuit board in any TV is usually called the TCON board. It stands for TFT controller. TFT means thin filmed transistor. We have, on this particular TV, 1920 by 1080 lines of resolution. 1920 across those columns, there's actually times 3 because each column will have 3 colored pixels, red, blue, and green. The purpose of this board, the TCON board, is to tell it which column and which row that intersects to turn on the green dot or something. This one could actually cause vertical colored lines. So I'm hoping that just by simply cleaning the connectors that will fix my problem, but in all honesty, it could be the TCON board or it could be the main panel. I'm just trying this out to see if I can get it fixed. Let me zoom in and we'll start cleaning the connectors. One thing I'd like to mention before we start, something that could destroy a circuit board is static electricity. So in order to start working on these circuit boards, before you even touch it, ground yourself to the TV. There's lots of metal, just touch it with your fingers and you will become the same electrical charge as the TV. Now you can go ahead and work on them. To clean the cables, I'm going to use some contact cleaner and a Q-tip. I'm just going to put some cleaner on it and I'm going to roll it across the cable and the connector. Now I'm going to concentrate on all the connectors on the TCON board. I've got this black cable from my input module going over to the power supply, so I'm going to disconnect it. This one here is easy. It just has a little locking tab on the side. I'm going to push in on it, grab the connector, don't pull on the wires, grab the connector and lift it out. I'm only doing this to get it out of the way. You can see the ribbon cable going into a connector. This black portion of it pivots up and down. So you take your fingernail, go underneath the middle part of it, and just simply pop it up. Don't use a screwdriver, you don't want to ruin the pins inside. Then you just simply lift out the cable. Same thing to put it back in. Notice the blue stripe on it. We're going to put it back in and simply lock it in place. You should just barely see the blue end. If you see a lot of blue, then you haven't gone in enough. I'm going to put some contact cleaner on the Q-tip. I'm going to flip over the ribbon cable and I'm going to go with the grain. Clean off any dirt or dust that's in there. And I'm also going to roll the Q-tip away from the contacts and then reassemble the cable. I'm going to do that to all of these at both ends of the cable. Okay, I cleaned up all the cables that I could see. I did not put the backing on, and I plugged it in, and now comes the moment of truth. Hey Google, turn on the TV, input number 2.
Turning on the TV. Input number 2.
Ah, crap. Well, I guess cleaning the connectors didn't fix this problem. So it probably is the T-con board, or worse, the whole front panel, in which case I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. So if anyone has any other ideas, please put it in my comments below. Maybe I'll try it out. Thank you very much for joining me on another video. Hey Google, terminate video.
Terminating video.